at the middle journal does have cutouts for what we call thrust washers. These are what the thrust washers look like. They are basically standard. These ones that I've ordered. Okay, so you will find that the thrust washers will fit. We have 4 in this case. Sometimes they only have 2, for the bottom part. But this one has 4. Now there is a difference to each side. You can see those sides, they've got like cutouts in it over there. Alright? So those sides, basically, when you can see the center, you will see the center cap has got these cutouts, okay, that will take your thrust washer. Okay, your thrust washer will go in like that. Now, those cutouts, that shows to the outside, doesn't show to the inside. Okay, actually it won't even fit if you try and put it to the inside. Okay, it won't fit onto the cap, as you can see. When you put it on, you will find that they will actually show to the outside. Both sides, you got to have a thrust washer. We call it thrust washers. Okay, so that is only the center cap will have those thrust washers on it, and the same will apply to the engine inside. So make sure that that shows outside. Okay, right, so that shows to the outside. Once you got your thrust washers on, you can take your crankshaft. You've got your acetane, which is the front of your engine. So the water pump, that's the water pump fitting there. This is the front of the motor. So we'll put that in, crankshaft in like that, and you will see what the thrust washers actually do. The thrust washers prevents that kind of movement with your crankshaft. The crankshaft can't move. It will rotate, but it can't move the other way. Okay, so now what we will do, we will put the caps basically onto the we'll put the caps onto the, I just normally like to put some more oil, on the crankshaft journals, okay, the mains, and then we will take our center thrust washer, make sure that both of the thrust washers are on, and obviously we got to make sure that we have a bearing cap on, put into the cleft. Okay, that little protrusion goes into the cleft like that, and you just secure it like that. Okay, this one is number 2. Okay, it's number 3 actually, and I normally mark my marks. I mark to the water pump, to the oil pump side, which is on this side. So that would mean that it would go in like that. Okay, because the markings here, the 3 dots, is the oil pump is here, the oil filter gets screwed on here. That is how I normally mark when I strip these engines. So we will take the, I think it's a size 17. I will just basically use a speed wrench to turn it against, because as you know, these things all get cranked, they all get torqued down. Okay, so we'll just turn it against. Let's put the rest of the caps on first, because it could just be that now it is basically choking, it's pushing down on the center. So that one is now, I'll just put oil on the journals there. This is number 2. There's number 2's over there. The cap bolts on. We'll go the rest of the way. Okay, always just dry out. You don't want oil between the bearing and the actual cap. Okay. And then this one is number 4. This one is number 1. And this is number 5. We'll turn them all against. Okay, there we go. See what I mean? Engine is turning smooth as a baby's bum. Alright, so it's not torqued yet, but it's been tightened evenly. Okay, it's got the thrust washers in. Let me take you closer. You can see the thrust washers. The thrust washers are in. Okay, so there's no in play, there's no infloat on the crank, and the crank is turning. I can turn it with my hand. Okay, it's not been torqued down yet, but that is a good sign. It means that the engineers has got it right and we got the right size bearings in there.